Hello. I'm gonna do primer today. Let me put my hair back so I can get that out of the way. Should I brush? I'm gonna brush my hair after. Don't mind it. It's kind of messy, but it's still drying, so I'm gonna brush it after I do my makeup. Let it air dry some more. How are you doing? It's another week has gone by. I've been seriously thinking, somebody suggested doing a day in my life ASMR. I've been seriously thinking about it, but I don't know. I don't know how I would make it ASMR, because I don't necessarily whisper a ton. Well, I can just try it out one day, see how it goes. This is, so I just used Bare Minerals primer, and this is Garnier Skin Roller Dark Circle, Anti-Dark Circle Skin Roller, which is probably discontinued. Sorry about that. Sometimes it has trouble coming out. I just kind of, mainly for my under eyes, but also over here. I have this like difference in my skin pigmentation. Sorry. I feel like my shorts are always so noisy against my chair. I don't know if you can hear them, but it sounds like creaking every 2 seconds. I'm gonna wet my beauty blender really quick, and let me just blend this. I like blending this in a little bit first with my pinky, just to get in the corner, and then put some foundation on. I need to make sure I get that area. Okay, I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender. I know somebody said I should use setting spray to wet the beauty blender, which I'm sure is better, but I don't have any right now. That was loud. Cat's up to some shenanigans again. So I'm officially starting to save some soda cans. because I am going to attempt to do a tutorial on how to make the bag. Or I guess just showing you my process and how I made it. I don't know how tutorial-esque it'll be, but I've gotten too many requests at this point. At first I was like, heck no, I'm not gonna do that again. This was like a project I did in high school, and I honestly don't even remember how I did it. Like, well, I remember clearly using like hot glue to glue everything together, and then taping everything, covering everything with tape, but like, I'm honestly trying to remember, like, did I just stab the cans with the scissors and cut around, and then maybe I like rubbed it on a table edge to get them straightened? These are things I honestly don't remember. We're just doing a light coverage today. But yeah, I got lots of requests on here as well as TikTok. Like, please do tutorial, soda can bag. But it's gonna take me some time first to get the amount of soda cans. So I let all my friends know, like, hey, if you drink any soda or use any drinking, like tea, whatever it is, any energy drinks, please save them for me. So and who knows, maybe I can even do a giveaway or something with it if I end up making it. That might be fun. My go-to show in the evenings is lately has been Little House on the Prairie. I'm just loving that show, and it always blows my mind how much trauma these people, because this is based off of true events that Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote in her books about her family and friends and all that. And it's truly remarkable, like, the amount of trauma that they all went through and like survived and endured. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, how? This is the Morphe Glamour Bronzer. No blush. And my go-to YouTubers have been Sarah Therese, because she's just like always blown my mind how she does so much and she has 5 kiddos and is like 20 something years old, and just has a lot of lifestyle stuff that I try to follow people that I want to like emulate different healthy habits of theirs. So she's very like productive and organized, and anyways. And then there's what else am I thinking of? And it's interesting too because they are currently, her family is currently, I feel like I'm living in an RV. I'm like 5 kiddos, that's crazy. But it's just really cool. I'm sure it's a cool experience for the kiddos. So that's been interesting to watch that. And then Organized Chaos. I love it. I'm loving her like shorts. If any of you know her, she does a lot of content on like organizational tips and tricks and cleaning, and mainly like how to like declutter and stay minimal-ish, she calls it. Okay, whenever I start talking, I'm like pausing everything I'm doing because I don't know how to multitask. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, I think. I have a new one because I think the other one's gonna run out soon. I use the e.l.f. Instant Lipped Brow Pencil in blonde. Yeah. But yeah, I love striving to be minimal-ish and not like keeping things that aren't serving a purpose or are actually just being in the way or being a burden. I have what she calls a bucket, I think, or something. Which I was kind of doing this even before I started watching her stuff, where it's just a bag or a bucket you can constantly be, whenever you see something that you don't need anymore, you can just throw it in there, because decluttering is like a continual process. So it's like a way to make it just a part of your day. Whenever you see something, you just throw it in there, rather than like waiting to declutter a huge amount of stuff like once a year and then you're like overwhelmed. Don't come to my channel for makeup tips or tricks because I don't know what I'm doing. Shannon AShannti that did my makeup, she has her whole channel, makeup tips and tricks. And sorry, my nose is like runny. And my friend Ashley, she does a lot of live stream get ready with me. She knows more about makeup. BUT with Ashley is her channel. And I love watching Brianna Fox. And I'm so happy, as I've like watched her videos for like years, I'm like so stoked that she's pregnant now. It's like, I don't know if anybody of you know who I'm talking about, but it's really exciting when you're like invested in the life of like you're watching somebody over the years and they have big life things like that happen. It's so exciting. This eyebrow is looking weird. Hopefully this isn't, I'm trying to keep the lighting not super bright, but like my big forehead's just reflecting all the light onto y'all. So this will be Saturday that this video is up, but I hope that you enjoy yesterday's video that I titled Tracing Truth, because I talked before about doing like that it would be cool if there was like a devotional or like a journal that like specifically had verses and patterns you could trace out and just turn your brain off and just trace and just meditate on the words. So I kind of just made my own like homemade version of that, and the theme, I was gonna try to do like an entire book of the Bible was my goal initially when I had that idea, but that would be a lot to do right off the bat. So I did it more like topical. Like the theme for yesterday's video was verses that pertain to Jesus being God, and so if you want to check that out, I can link it below. If you like writing, journaling, things like that. Okay, why am I twisting my whole body? I can just move you. Yeah, I have the Roku screensaver on. I usually try to have some type of it. Why was I grabbing? It's like grabbing the whole thing. I don't know why I was trying to grab the bristles. But usually try to have like a whole ambience on to like set the mood. I'm very like, I guess, visual, and then I love like the visual aspects of my environment really help my mood, so. I can't wait to have a house that's all white one day. I know that's like, some people hate that and think that's like cold and heartless and sterile, but to me it's cozy and warm and makes me feel relaxed and like I can breathe, and it's just pretty and serene and clean and all the things. And then it gives the ability for when you do have like art pieces or things, accessories that do have color, it's like a very pretty pop of color that stands out more because of the white background. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm against color, I just like the serenity of white, but I love like pops of like pastels against a white background. And like greenery, I imagine having like, but I need to like learn how to actually keep plants alive if I want to have some real plants. I had a pothos for a while, and I had it in this white container in my old bedroom at my parents' house, and it was a hanging. I made like a, what do you call it? One of those rope hanging things. You could put the pot in, it would hang, and then the pothos would come out, and it's really pretty. But eventually the leaves started turning yellow and dying, and I think it was the pot didn't drain correctly because it was like a DIY like pot that I made, so with a Clorox container. Cause the bottom of it, I used like this tin thing that I poked holes in and stuck in the bottom so it could try to drain, but it wasn't well made. Of course I washed the container out. I didn't leave the Clorox chemicals in there. But that's a random hack if you like white pots and you don't want to buy one and you want to have like a cute little plant in a white pot on a shelf. Clorox containers, the ones where it's just like the wrapper comes off really easily, 10 out of 10 recommend. You just like cut the top off so you don't have like the rim at the top, because that's not a vibe. But you just cut that, and then it's just a pretty white looking pot. But yeah, I suggest probably using a fake plant and not, unless you can make your own makeshift drainage at the bottom for a real plant. I ended up getting like a $4 hanging eucalyptus, which came in like this little tiny black pot. But when I put it in there, it makes it look bigger because you can't even tell. You can just see the white pot and then the leaves sticking out. This is gonna be a very chatty video, so. Alright. Usually I clean this up with some Q-tips because I'm never perfect when it comes to the mascara. I always get it all over my eye. I'm definitely not perfect when it comes to makeup, so don't come at me. I try to be as gentle as I can with my hair because it's very thin, and I dream of having thick, voluptuous hair, but it's just not gonna happen. And it's still kind of damp, so. Like, I hated when I was younger having such thin hair with a big forehead because I always wanted the skater girl bangs to cover my forehead, but it never worked because my hair was too thin. But I would force it to work in hairspray in place and it looked awful. That was my middle school trying to hide my flaws because I was being bullied phase that we all probably went through in different ways. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna show y'all do a random dollar store haul because I did one like a long time ago and just haven't done one since. The other day I went to the Dollar Tree to get a birthday card. That's like my go-to place to get a birthday card when somebody's birthday, or like a holiday or whatever, if I'm not like home making the card. Anyways, and I was like, let me check down the skincare and makeup aisle just to see if it can inspire some ideas for videos. So I think I'm gonna do like a skincare roleplay video next week, so stay tuned for that. They had these peach, ooh, it feels so cold, real peach essence mask. Farm Stay. I love the matte packaging of certain face masks, so. And I was gonna read it, but it's all in different languages. Oh. Prep your skin. Use. It prefers to, if. Okay. Anyways. And then these little like acne patches, I could like put some acne patches on. They're cute little hearts by the brand Orchid. And then this is super cute little niacinamide serum. One of those droppers. I haven't never had like a glass dropper, so that would be fun. And kind of looks peachy. Could go with like the peachy, make it like a peach theme. And this is a cute little, it says it's a silicone makeup blender. I was like, that might be a fun little tool to use. Blending or like a facial massage or something. And this brush just looks super and nice. Let's see. Okay. Trying to drop everything today. Makeup brush, saucy and chic. Oh, it's so soft. So it's more stiff. Like it's very packed together, but it's very soft. So I don't know how that will. Let me know. Could do some face brushing or something. It almost looks like a pen. The handle. And then we have this kabuki brush with a case. Let's see. Okay. Let me not break it. How do I open this? Okay. That's so soft. These are so soft. Like, it feels like such good quality. But it's packed, very packed together too. I keep seeing those like TikToks of like the Tarte concealer, which I low-key want to try, but it's like really expensive. But and it comes with the brush that you like rub under your eye. Whenever I see people rubbing, like it looks like they're rubbing so rough, but it must be like really soft like this. So anyways, that will be fun to experiment with next week. Yeah. Alrighty. So, super excited for Bible study tonight because we're going through the book of Acts now, which is such an exciting book. Yeah. And my friend Erin, who you might have seen in the video where she talks about her bird feather collection. I can link that below too. She is hosting, and she has lots of animals, so we get to see all the animals tonight. I'm always like, my mood is lifted when I know I'm about to see my friends later. If any of you see this, don't think too high of yourself. I'm just kidding. I 10 out of 10 recommend community and friends and Bible study groups because it's really important to be connected to others. And yeah. And see what we can learn in the Word tonight. I don't know if any of them actually like watch my videos, but now I'm gonna feel awkward if they see this. Be like, oh wow. That'd be fun if I did a day in my life and I at the end of it did like a little peep into my Bible study group. Okay, so I always forget right after I put on makeup, I start like itching and I'm like, oh wait, I have makeup on now. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. I need to be better about like writing out a list in my notes of like things to talk about, because sometimes I just do the silent get ready with me's because I'm like, what do I even talk about that anybody would even care about? But I know that a lot of you like the chitty chat, which I also like chitty chat, get ready with me, so I get it. Okay, anyways, I do, yeah, need to go. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And I will catch you next week, probably, hopefully. Bye. Before I leave, I realized I forgot like one of my favorite, most important steps of makeup, which was setting powder. So let me do that. Because something about the setting powder makes the makeup look better. I use the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil, Original Translucent, and my big fluffy brush. Can't forget the setting powder, how dare I? Let me kind of I think I'm just gonna go in with the one. Sometimes I go in a second time, but it's honestly plenty, just the one dab. Just a little powder goes a long way, and we'll keep it from looking too powdery. I like how this brush is more fluffy, but it's not as condensed, so it's more fluffy. Did I just repeat what I don't know. It's more fluffy because it's not as condensed. Oh yeah, also the manatee, that's what it was. I was gonna talk about the manatees. I saw manatees earlier this week, and they were the cutest, most adorable. Let me show you this. There's like a little gift shop. They had these little 3D printed manatees for like a few bucks, and I was like, let me grab it. I had him sitting on the little picture frame. Too cute. The manatees were adorable. They were like, because usually they're very like still and like calm, and they just move kind of slow. But some of them were like just flipping around, like barrel rolling, and it was the cutest. They were really playful, and I just wanted to squish them. Like, it's actually illegal to touch manatees, but I really wish I could just like jump in there with them and hug them. So I'm probably gonna do like a drawing, attempting to draw like a mommy manatee and a baby manatee next week. It was just so cute, the little manatees when they were like with their, which I didn't know this, but my sister said that manatee, it makes sense because they are mammals, but I just didn't think about it. When they have their babies actually, the way they feed is through milk. They similar to cows, but they don't have udders. There's like some area like in their armpit region that like gives milk to the babies. I'm like, what? That's so cool. Anyways, so it's super cute seeing like the babies with their mamas. And I'm obsessed with this little 3D printed manatee because it reminds me of how cute the manatees are. And I did like a little TikTok showing the manatee. I did like a tracing words on a bag. Anyways, and then I showed the manatee and asked like what I should name him. And I think so one of the comments said Pebbles. That's actually adorable, and he kind of looks like Pebbles. And I even said that to my sister when we were looking at all the manatees. There were so many of them, like from a distance they look like a bunch of pebbles. So that's like so fitting. Somebody else said Barbara Manatee. I'm like, oh wait, that'd be good. That gave me a flashback to the VeggieTale days. But yeah, anyways, 10 out of 10 recommend going on a trip to see manatees. It's worth it. Okay. Do you need some setting powder? Okay, I'm actually gonna go now this time, and yeah, hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.